those are scenes from the movie that hit screens tomorrow. 13 hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. And here with me right now, one of the stars of that film, Max Martini. Max, welcome to America Trends.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Max, first tell us how you got involved in this film. Did you know at audition time that it was going to be this kind of a film with this level of really the national attention and conversation that's taking place at this time?
Well, I mean, obviously I was aware of, what was the conversations, having to do with Benghazi. The script came to me. I love the script. I loved the opportunity to be involved in this story, the retelling of the story, and what really drew me to it was that it was told from the perspective of the guys that were actually there, that survived the battle, and I thought that was a special opportunity and a different perspective, and potentially offering information that people weren't aware of.
Mm-hmm. I've had the opportunity to talk to other actors who've done movies that are this emotional. What was the emotional toll on you in this movie, Max? And how do you prepare to go to such a deep emotional place?
I'll tell you, honestly, Mark Geist, who I play in the film, goes by the name of Oz. He was gracious enough to walk me through his experience during battle, which is something that's obviously foreign to me. I was never in the military. Look, I mean, to tell you the truth, what was very emotional for me was actually what came afterwards. The reactions from the men that were with us, that fought, that sort of guided us through the making of this film, watching them see the film put together, really watching their wives was quite powerful. It was very difficult for them to relive the experience. And, and those are the moments that I'll take with me that were really hard to digest. I want to take a second to say that the women that are married to these men, need to be applauded. They fight a different kind of battle on American soil, and but equally as difficult, if not more. I think there's a lot that they're not aware of. They don't know if their husbands are coming home. They don't know what's going on outside of the country or abroad, and it's very difficult. And watching them watch this film, I was at the premiere the other night, and a few of them couldn't even go into the stadium to view it. They had to wait in the bar.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I'm not sure if I could do that either. But I imagine, from your perspective, the sort of personal pressure to get this right. I mean, when you're playing a character that's real, that's in a true story like this, compared to other movies you've done, because you have quite the IMDb. But was this movie a more intense sort of pressure to get it just exactly right?
It was, in the respect that Mark, was with me while I was shooting it, and I think, before I was put in contact with him pretty soon after I got the part, we got on the phone. We got to know each other as men, as husbands, as fathers. I realized that he's just a guy like me. What separates him is something in his DNA and his heart that allows him to go into the fight, to defend his family, my family, your family, and but the pressure to get it, to do his experiences honor, to tell his story truthfully, avoiding embellishment is really where the weight comes. But these guys were so eager to get this story told, and made it such an amazing collaboration that, pretty soon after we started, I just realized it wasn't, as weighty as I thought it would be, that we were really working together as a team, and it was very cool.
Max, there's a lot of political speculation around this movie, and you've made it clear that your heart is about the message here, the timeless messages that are in this movie that'll live on decades beyond our current political place. What are those messages, and which ones matter the most to you, and which ones do you hope that your kids will watch someday and say, you know, this is my dad in this movie, and this is what this was about?
You know, I would say everybody collectively agreed that bringing politics into this particular film, this story, you know, would do a disservice to these men. And so, look, I hope that the audience, I'm going to address two different points of view here. I think that the audience will leave the theater more informed, knowing a little bit more about the facts than what they had going in. That'll inevitably affect people's political opinions. But what I really care about is that people walk away with a reminder of how brave these men and women are in our military that are defending our country. And without them, that we would be living in a much different place. You know, I'll add also that these contractors were not active duty. They were in Libya, in Benghazi, for other reasons, and they went into this fight voluntarily to rescue these Americans that were in jeopardy. And in my book, that's just the ultimate act of bravery. I mean, they weren't obligated to, and they offered to put their lives on the line.
Mm-hmm. The movie, of course, opens tomorrow. It's getting rave reviews from everyone who's seen the pre-screenings. Are you happy with the final product? And what are you hearing in terms of people's excitement about this movie?
It's an amazing film. I'm so incredibly proud of it. We had the premiere at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, in front of what I heard was 40,000 people. At the end of the screening, there was a huge applause. When the three men, the survivors of three of five of the survivors came and took the podium, there was a standing ovation. It's a movie that, you know, obviously Michael Bay is known for his blockbuster films. This is a film with you know, the firefight. The action is incredible, as we knew it would be, but it's also a film that has so much heart and so much humanity. You'll walk away really understanding these contractors and now my dear friends, and have a beautiful experience in the theater.
It opens in theaters tomorrow. Everyone sure is excited. Thank you so much for being with us and for your critical role in this movie. We certainly look forward to your performance and that of the others that you've said such nice things about. Max Martini, thank you for being on America Trends.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. My pleasure. God bless you. 13 hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi is the movie.